I think of video games, my mind immediately jumps to the PlayStation brand, specifically the PlayStation 1. It may not be my favorite console, but it was my very first console, so I have plenty of memories with it. What started off as a failed add-on for the Super Nintendo back in the 90s quickly became one of the greatest consoles of all time, and it changed gaming forever. With its innovative controller, multimedia functionality, and most importantly, its games. With over 7,000 games released on the Sony PlayStation, picking just 10 wasn't easy, and yeah, I did leave some popular games out. Final Fantasy. But I don't think anyone will be disappointed with my list, except for Final Fantasy fans. Now, there can only be one game per franchise here, and as stated before, games that I've played. So, with that being said, here are my top 10 favorite PlayStation games of all time. Puzzle games are always good fun, especially the ones that you can play with friends. There were a variety of these games on the original PlayStation, so a good amount could easily qualify for this list. But my favorite is easily Puzzle Bobble 3. Puzzle Bobble 3, or if you live here in North America, Bust-A-Move 99, but honestly, I like the name Puzzle Bobble 3 more, so we'll go with that. It's an awesome puzzle game, especially with a friend. The game is as simple as it looks. So you take control of a cute character, you shoot balls from the bottom of the screen to the top where they stick to others. Simply line up 3 of the same color to make them pop. Sounds simple, right? And you may be asking why the game is even on this list. It sounds like it's for little kids. Well, simple, the multiplayer. The game has a variety of playable characters, each with different powers that can hinder the opponent, and that's the beauty of this game, how darn addictive it is, especially when you line up combos. Plus, there's enough content to keep you entertained for days, and also, the music in this game kicks ass, so that's always a bonus. Also, Sakurai. You're missing out. We need to get Bub and Bob in Smash. We need to get both these cute little dinosaurs from this game into Smash. Okay, thanks. It seems that almost every game nowadays is open world, and it seems that every developer is competing to see who has the biggest world. But jump back to the 90s when the open world genre was still quite niche, and you'll find what was considered open world then would seem quite linear nowadays. You may think that this spot would go to one of the first 2 Grand Theft Auto games, but I had something else in mind. Driver is awesome. While the cutscenes may be cheesier than a Subway sandwich, and the game might be as hard as Bill Clinton when he sees a woman that's not his wife, the game is still great. The physics in this game are great, and the cars feel really weighty. The graphics are nice, and the music is slappin'. Did I just say slappin'? That's in the script. It's actually in the script. Why did I write that? Oh, whatever. You have 4 maps to explore, each with a distinct feel and a great campaign that is long and hard. Who keeps on writing sexual innuendos? Oh, that was me again. To be completely honest, I think this game has aged way better than Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, or 3. If you haven't already, give Driver a shot. It's great for the physics alone. The next game is something most of you would consider pretty odd, because it totally is, and it's also scarier than any horror game I've ever played. What game am I talking about? Well, I already gave out a hint, so... Oddworld Abe's Odyssey is heart-pounding, beautiful, and it'll also make you shit your pants in fear. Abe is more or less defenseless in this game. Sure, he can throw a finite amount of bombs, and he can telepathically control enemies in certain areas, but other than that, he's completely screwed. but that's what's great about this game. You have to be super strategic at all times if you want to save your fellow friends. Also, Abe's Odyssey doesn't have much in the music department, which is great for this game, seeing as it's supposed to be haunting. Bottom line, I'd get this game, because it is absolutely breathtaking. I fucking love Insomniac games, because they constantly turn out great game after great game after... well, that one wasn't so good. But the majority of their games aren't fused, so that's what matters most. Speaking of games that aren't fused but are made by Insomniac... Spyro is awesome. Everything about this game is awesome. The levels, the visuals, and the music, which was composed by Stuart Copeland himself, is all fantastic. Spyro is a great culturally relevant game that is...
splendid, absolutely marvelous.
Also, the music for Wizard's Peak is the same as the Amanda Show theme. Jeez, Amanda Bynes. She's not doing the best nowadays. Oh well, next number. Okay, maybe I did hype this game up a little too much in my review. Sure, it's a great game, but I wouldn't say it's in the top 14 of my favorite games. Maybe top 20? Whatever. Anyways, Jet Moto 2 is still a fantastic game, and I still stand by most of what I said in that review. Is it an A+? No. It's still got some problems. But is it an amazing game with tight controls, great music, and decent graphics? Absolutely! I've already talked enough about this game in my original review, so hey, check it out if you're curious. Number 5 goes out to one of the most radical games of the 90s. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is my second favorite Tony Hawk game of all time. Levels are wide, but not to the point where you get lost. That's a problem a lot of games nowadays can face. You know what another problem a lot of games nowadays face? They try to stuff everything in their games, and as such it just becomes a disjointed mess. Or sometimes they'll add too little. Well, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 avoids this by adding just enough not to feel messy. And I feel that all games should take from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Well, not the skating aspect. I wouldn't want every game ever to be Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Also, SpiderMan is in this game, so this makes it better than skate games.
Anyway, I guess we brought the world back from the brink of catastrophe, and it was all due to you.
Ape Escape is an awesome game. It's charming, the voice acting is hilariously bad.
Hey! How's it going?
Well, don't just stand there. Get me out of here!
You from here. I've got to find a way in there.
There must be a way in here somehow. I remember that they walked me around that way. It took a long time. Just find a way and get me out of here. Will you hurry up?
Okay.
Oh, hurry up. Please get me out of here. It's cold. I'm scared and I have a fear of heights.
The music bops, like it bops, and the gameplay rocks. Now, the controls may seem weird to most people, with the face buttons being used to select your items, the right stick to perform actions, R2 to jump, and the D-pad to control the camera, but you get used to it. The levels are similar to Banjo-Kazooie in that they're open, but you'll never get lost, and there's a lot of reason to go back to older levels. And also, the apes that you trap are adorable, and I love them. Honestly, Ape Escape is a great game, and Sony needs to make a reboot. Bruh, I fucking love Spider-Man. He's without a doubt, in my mind, the best Marvel no, scratch that. He's the best superhero of all time. Batman may be a quote-unquote badass, and Iron Man may have lots of cool gadgets, but no hero has influenced me more than Spider-Man. With his quippy nature and amazing relatability, and that awesome, iconic red and blue outfit. And what do you know, there are 2 Spider-Man games on PlayStation, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro, but I can only choose one. I'm gonna go with the original. Spider-Man, or Spider-Man 2000, is my favorite superhero game of all time. You may be asking, didn't you play the PC version of this game only, and not the PS1 version, so it shouldn't be here? Put Final Fantasy here instead, you green culprit swine. Okay, for one, I played this game on all of the consoles. N64, PlayStation, Dreamcast, and PC. Get on my level. And 2, I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, as mentioned before, so we're gonna stick with this. I'm pretty sure it's a better game. Spider-Man 2000 has everything I want in a Spider-Man game. It looks like a Spider-Man comic book, it's written like a Spider-Man comic book, feels like a Spider-Man comic book, and it has Stan Lee friggin' narrating the game, okay? Friggin' Stan Lee. He is a god. He is a god. And this game has plenty nods to the greater Marvel Universe, and Spider-Man makes plenty of quips, and you know what's one of the best parts of this game? Is all the unlockable costumes. I look at Spider-Man 2 on PS2 and I think, wow, that's a great game, but where are all the costumes, you know? And it looks like this new Spider-Man game is taking inspiration with all the costumes. So, bottom line, Spider-Man 2000 is still the greatest Spider-Man and superhero game of all time. This will be the second time I'll be talking about this game in a top 10 list, so I'll try and make it short. Metal Gear Solid has an awesome atmosphere, great AI, spectacular music, and an awesome story. This game is so iconic, and for good reason. If you're looking for a deep, enriching experience, play Metal Gear Solid. I highly doubt you'll regret it. Now, as is tradition with my countdowns, it's time to count down my honorable mentions. Hey look, a good game with Thanos in it. After playing Fortnite, I thought that'd be impossible. Super fast fighting game. Give it a shot. Nearly made number 10, so you know it's a good game. A great game, not quite my cup of tea. It's fun, but Gex can sometimes get annoying. A cute little 2.5D platformer. Give it a shot. And the number 1 spot goes to... There have been 5 Crash Bandicoot games released on the original Sony PlayStation, and each one varies in quality. Crash Bash can be fun, but it begs to be played with friends. Crash Bandicoot 1 can have some bullshit levels, and Crash Bandicoot 3 is great, but sometimes it feels like they were throwing random stuff at the wall to see what sticks. And Crash Team Racing is great, but there's one game that surpasses it. Crash Bandicoot 2 is the best Crash Bandicoot game, with brilliant level design, awesome music, and graphics that still hold up to this very day due to a unique and cool art style. In my opinion, the difficulty is the perfect balance, as hard as a rock and as easy as your girlfriend. So, this has been the Raccoonus Show, and Crash Bandicoot 2 is my favorite Crash game and my favorite game on the original PlayStation. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please tap that bell and make sure to subscribe.